City of Gangsters, a brand new game released from 𝐶𝐤 Games and developed by 𝐒𝐢𝐦 𝐔𝐊, released on the 9th of August 2021. And it's a fantastic crime syndicate turn-based kind of strategy game. It's really good. I've really enjoyed playing it. I've probably spent about 3 to 4 hours in this game and enjoyed absolutely every single minute of it. The game initially starts out with you being helped out and encouraged to some degree by your aunt, and you're quickly going to be thrown into an ever-expanding world where street corners dominate and dictate your standing within the community. City of Gangsters is a superb implementation of what real-life gangster evolution might well have looked like back in the 1920s during the Prohibition in the Chicago area. Prohibition, as mentioned, has landed you a real money-spinning opportunity, but there are other opportunities that you can expand into later on if you so desire. Over time, with good planning, your loyal crew at your side, and the regular payments from those under your protection, you should have enough spare cash in order to give back to the community and gain even more loyal support, thereby allows you to permit your expansion desires upon more corners and streets in the city. Every shady business venture that you open or start needs to have a front, a cover, a way to legitimize all of that lovely cash, and that will require you to purchase property. Once you own property, you'll need to think about backroom alterations and sourcing ingredients in order to make your produce that you're going to sell. Keeping in with the friendly local cop will also help to keep things sweet, and as other small-time gangsters move in on your territory, on your turf, you can then choose how best to utilize them, or choose to get rid of them completely. The game offers up some excellent micromanagement opportunities, which can then be handed over to a manager later on, allowing you to focus your time on expansion, corruption, production, and, if you so wish, all-out war. Every single aspect of this game has impressed me. The fact that your car needs to be serviced regularly, the fact that you need to learn how to drive a truck before you can even start to drive a truck, and the fact that you even need to source raw materials in order to build anything and then allow enough time for that construction to be completed. This is not a wham bam thank you man kind of game. It requires a bit of forethought, a bit of planning, and a bit of daring too, especially if you want to make an empire worthy of note. And quite an empire it will be too, as the map is pretty flipping huge. So many corners and so little time. Now, City of Gangsters is already a very accomplished game with great depth, great mechanics, and a very decent UI on the most part. But there are some constructive criticisms that I'd like to point out for the developers for consideration. Having to reselect my character's car every time that I perform an action is nothing short of frustrating, and I'd say pretty much unnecessary. I would really like my character to remain the selected character without me needing to click the car each time I do something. Honestly, it really is my only serious gripe with this game. It's the unnecessary number of clicks that you have to perform. When you're having conversations with people, you'll get an option pop up. Do you wish to do this? Are you sure you want to do this? Do you want to confirm that you're sure that you wish to do this? And it's always yes. Yes, 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 yes. I think the game UI could just be streamlined a lot more, and that could reduce the number of clicks required to achieve the same goals by about 50%, and I'm not even joking. I think you could definitely reduce the number of required clicks in order to achieve the same goals. If I'm being picky, and why not, it's a review, I ought to be picky, I would also like to see a lot more variety in terms of shops. I mean, honestly, how many florists do we actually need in a single block? Final thoughts. Ultimately, I really liked this game. It's very, very fun, but be warned, it is addictive as heck. My first Let's Play, which was mostly tutorial, honestly, the tutorial in this game lasts for about as long as some games in their entirety. And the time that I spent in that tutorial just zipped by without any real issue. Now, the learning curve is quite a steep one, but it's gradual and it's well taught. And once you've learnt the basics, it's all about keeping on top of things, which in itself is a bit of a skill. Well, I did have one issue actually. There was this one gang member who I beat into oblivion about 5 times, but he still, after that, would not let me buy a baseball bat from his crew, even after I worked him over with a flick knife. What am I going to do with that guy? Alright, thank you for watching. I hope this review is helpful. It's definitely worth a look. 25, let me just check the price here. So it's $26.29 for the basic and $29.99 for the deluxe edition, which I think gives you the soundtrack as well. And the soundtrack for this game is actually really rather good. This is very much a relaxed, chilled out exploration RTS management style game. And if you're into that type of thing, I think you're going to get an awful lot of value out of this game. It's so huge, and yes, as you get bigger, things could potentially snowball very quickly, but I think this is a great little game, and more could be done with it, it's fair to say. It's got areas that could be improved, but on the most part, this is very accomplished, very fun. I definitely enjoyed playing it, and hopefully I'm going to get a bit of a let's play together. So until next time, take care. Goodbye for now.